Next to you, Starstruck. And Adrienette, fake dating AU, apartment neighbors AU, and famous AU. Chapter 22. And welcome to the stage, Adrienette and his girlfriend, Marinette Dupan-Chang. They step out into the light and the crowd cheers wildly. At this point, Marinette has gotten used to this environment. People shouting for them to spill it all, girls screaming and cheering to her boyfriend that they loved him. Oh, the theorists that believe that they knew more about their relationship than even them. At this point, it was all just a normal part of her life. She and Adrian had done a lot more interviews in the past couple of months. It was more about sharing the thing that made them both so happy, much unlike before where it was just a means to prove they were real. Now they really were, and they had nothing to prove, just lots of love to show. Hi. We've all been waiting for this day to come. Welcome to the studio, Marinette. First time. So happy to have you here. Adrian, glad to see you back. Lila winks at them and then to the cameras. Marinette smiles fakely, trying not to be sick. God, the amount of times she's seen this set on TV and scoffed and changed the channel. And now she is literally on the set and can't escape. It's almost like a sick joke. The irony is comedic though. There is so much to talk about, so much to get into. I'm sure we're all buzzing for the most hidden of things. Lila laughs like, wow, it's just so fun to force people to show their private lives on camera. Yeah, so funny. So, tell us, what is your plan for the future? She asks, leaning in eagerly. Marinette and Adrian exchange a look. Well, we are just trying to take things as they come, Adrian says. We're quite happy together right now, and we feel that trying to rush into it would make things stressful. Lila nods seriously. Oh yes, that makes sense, she says. It is your first relationship open to the public, right? She flashes a grin at him. Or have there been others that you've just been hiding from us? Adrian squirms uncomfortably. Lila only laughs like it's a Christmas party. I'm sure we were all hoping Chloe and you'd get together. She looks out to the audience. Some of it is loudly cheering, and the other half are vehemently against that ship. It's a commotion, and an awful one at that. Marinette takes a deep, calming breath. She knew Lila was awful even before they'd set up the interview. Today is only confirming it and strengthening the knowledge. Still, it doesn't help her in trying not to strangle the woman. She's causing a scene and inviting people to wish someone else was with her boyfriend. It's so rude. And it's not like it's an individual interview. Lila is doing this right in front of her face, and probably doing so knowingly. God, what'd she give to wipe that self-preserving smirk off of her face? Lila isn't even that charismatic. How on earth does she have this large of an audience? Well, me and Chloe are just friends. We've known each other for years. And she's very happy in her own relationship, as am I, Adrienne says in a passive-aggressive tone. I know shipping is a thing and it's fun, but please, I do have a girlfriend. Please respect us, he says, humoring every single person in the audience and no doubt the people watching at home. Of course, Lila says, as if she wasn't trying to list off other people to date Adrienne just seconds before. On that note, you two have been together for quite some time. How long has it been? Nearly a year? Congrats! It's been a very long time, she says with a laugh. Marinette wants to scowl at her. She sounds like a fox, just sneaking around and waiting to strike. It's been a fun ride, right? Yes, it's been the best year of my life, Marinette says, practically baring her teeth. Honestly, it's animalistic, honestly, and she knows it. But this feels like a battleground. It was scary at first, being in the public's eyes and so soon, and before either of us were ready. But that's just how life goes. We just held each other's hands and figured it out together. Like a real relationship, Lila quips. Exactly, Adrienne says, an edge to his voice. The woman in front of them blinks for a second before clapping and putting on an overly cheery look. We love to hear that, she says, clearly overcompensating for some nasty undertones. She looks at the screen and presses a button on the remote. A picture flashes onto the screen, but only for a second. Marinette blinks at it. The flash of insane color really messed with their eyes. So, let's play a game, Lila calls out to the audience. They cheer and do so wildly, and Marinette wonders that if this game is a regular thing. If it is, she hates it with a burning passion already. How are anyone's eyes surviving this torture? The crowd starts to chant some incomprehensible phrases. Marinette looks over to Adrienne, who gives her an equally confused and wide-eyed look. All right, I hear you. Let's put it on the screen. She puts the photo up on the screen, but this time it stays still. The picture is from Adrienne's Instagram account. Actually, it's the first picture they officially posted as a couple. Originally, they had avoided posting official couple pictures on their social medias. Tiki had advised that it would make the split go by smoother. No articles about them deleting pictures, no one commenting on them, good or bad things. Less commotion when they break up. In general, being not social media official was to their advantage. But then, she and Adrienne just had to fall in love somewhere along the lines, and then they could post pictures. So far, there's only 5, but God, they were popular. The amount of likes that Adrienne got, the amount of likes and new followers Marinette got. It was crazy and slightly annoying. My phone is blowing up and I can't do anything, Marinette complained to Alia 3 days after she posted the picture. Alia looked over at her and rolled her eyes. Boo-hoo, famous person, she teased. Marinette threw a pillow at her, and it successfully knocked off her glasses. So, this lovely picture, Lila pulls the word lovely until it no longer sounds pleasant. This is the first one you posted? Why is that? You're the entire world's definition of couples goals and sweethearts, Lila asks. She pouts as if that'll get her a juicier story. Please. Like they ever tell her the truth. Marinette looks to the screen and back to the overly eager crowd. Well, I'm a pretty private person, so even though everyone knew about us, I still didn't like the idea of pictures. It took time for me to adjust to everything. She motions to the entire set, and Lila laughs. Lila's laugh sounds ingenuine. Oh, we totally get that. We totally get that, she says. Marinette wants to call her out and say, no, you don't, because you are the literal reason that we couldn't have any cute pictures. Didn't want to get swarmed. We get it. Can't say we didn't miss you, though. She clicks, and the picture slides over to reveal another one from her account this time. Very cute, Lila fraudulently comments. I'm sure a ton of people around the world have recreated this picture. Funny, because she didn't even want me posting that originally. Adrienne laughs. She said her hair didn't look good in it. I still think it looks great. She's cute any time of the day, he states. The entire audience coos and shouts their praises for them. Marinette lightly hits Adrienne's arm. I can't believe you just told everyone, she laughs. Really though, it was so early in the morning, and he came in to surprise me on the day we met a year ago. My best friend was also there, of course, because she loves embarrassing me, and she snapped a picture, she explains. Deadhead, am I right? Lila says. The audience laughs, but Marinette doesn't. But while we're on that note, 1 whole year ago? And the anniversary is, what, a few days away or something? Isn't that crazy? Your whole life has changed, she says. Adrienne nods. Yep, I still can't believe it sometimes. I'll look at her and be like, wow, she still chooses to love me over anyone else in the world? Anyone else who is a normal person where she doesn't have to have her privacy invaded. And she still chose me, he says with a loving smile facing her. Marinette laughs and leans onto his arm. And I wonder why he hasn't dated a supermodel yet. I just interior design. It's not the most glamorous job you could get. Lila nods. Well, I don't see why not. She's a fun girl. Although I'm sure many people are crying over the lost chance with you. She winks. Marinette just barely hides her frown. But a whole year, wow. You're really settling down at age 25. Though I'm sure no harm is being done, she says almost sympathetically. Marinette wants to point out that Lila is literally 3 years older than them, but refrains. Well, I wouldn't say settling down just yet, she says with a nervous grin. We're only 24 and 25. I think our lives are just beginning, especially with each other. The audience awes again, but Lila doesn't look like she's done just quite yet. Of course. What's next? I'm sure she's waiting for the ring, Lila says, making Adrienne almost choke. Marriage is such a strong statement, isn't it? When are you two planning on getting married? Or are you already secretly married and just neglected to tell all of us and your adoring fans that little fact? Come on, you can tell. This is a safe space. She smiles eagerly. A little predatorial, in fact. Or kids, maybe. Do you have any names? Because I have some ideas if you really need it. I don't know about any of you, but I think that Lila Agreste has a nice ring to it. She wrinkles her nose in a laugh, and the audience seems to only partially agree with her. Jokes, but anyway. Kids, marriage, what's next? We love to hear it. There is so much that Marinette wants to say. She wants to fight Lila. She wants to scream at her for hours. She wants to tell her off and tell her how much of an awful person she's being. She wants to tear her apart for every other poor celebrity that had to endure this ridiculousness. Truly. Marinette Dupanchang is fuming, and Adrien can sense it. He suddenly puts a hand around her waist to reel her in. She knows that he's trying to keep her away from full-on ending Lila, but she can also tell by his grip just how angry he is. Perhaps he's holding on to her to keep some of his own fury under control. Probably. They are both just plain furious. Well, we're not trying to rush into anything, Marinette says slowly. And we do love each other a lot. Adrien looks at her, and they take a collective breath. We haven't yet moved in together by choice. We've talked about it before, but for now, we're living separately, so marriage will be further down the road, as will kids, though we both want to have them. There's no need for names just yet. They will come in time. Our friends actually have some name ideas too. In fact, they both wanted 3 kids, but Lila really didn't need to know that information, or really anything else. Lila clicks her tongue disappointingly. Well, we would love to see some little lovelies soon, she pushes. Marinette sends her the most calming, threatening smile that she can. Of course, but when we're ready, we'll have children. Lila gulps and shudders herself. Marinette feels proud of herself for having shaken up the awful Lila Rossi. Moving on, Lila says. Marinette smiles. Yes, they are moving on from this topic. I think I want to die, or cry, or maybe both, Marinette confesses as soon as they get to the hallway of the building. Adrien laughs and swings his arm across her shoulders. Me too. Movie night, he offers. Yes, please. The air doesn't feel as thick out here. It's a lot less hot, too, probably from the lack of shining bright stage lights. The rest of the interview went by decently. Lila stayed clear of any other weird topics after Marinette's danger stare. Thank God. The audience cheered for them, and practically the second they got backstage, Adrien and Marinette let out a breath, and he gave her a quick kiss, a reward for them both for getting through that entire mess. No, but sir, I tried. I truly did, and yes, I understand, a voice cries out helplessly. Adrian and Marinette exchange a look. It sounds like Lila? What is she doing in an empty hallway to the exit and talking in a scared tone of voice? There has to be something up. Next time, I'm not sure if I'll be able to. No, I'll try. I truly will. I can call, but there's no reassurance they will. Sir, I can't do that. Because it doesn't do anything. She continues to babble on the phone. Marinette and Adrian are now hiding behind the corner, watching sneakily as Lila frantically speaks to the person on the other line. But, sir, no! Mr. Regress, I will try again and I will be... Adrian's eyes roar with a fire as soon as he hears his surname. Without warning, he stomps over to Lila, and Marinette is quick on his tail. She's too busy to notice, but after a few seconds, she does. A terrified noise comes out of her mouth, and her phone drops to the ground. They can hear the annoyed chatter from the other side of the phone, but none of it bothered to pay it any mind. I should have known my father put you up to this stuff. Marriage, kids. That was too far, Adrian snarls. Lila shrinks back. I'm sorry, she cries out, but she's all out of sympathy. You're done. No more interviews. No more anything. Not that we were even planning for any more. You have all the content that you need. Don't ever contact us again. And I mean it, Marinette says threateningly. Kneeling down, she picks up the phone, not caring to notice the large crack through the screen. And Gabriel, she growls, I don't care if you don't approve of me and Adrian. We are happy together, and there is no way you can break us up. She looks to Adrian, and he nods. Never contact us again. You're cut off, disowned. And we'll make sure every other news outlet knows it. Her eyes flicker to Lila, who looks frightened for her life. As if they'd do something physical to her. They're angry, yes, but not monsters. I don't want to hear you reporting on us ever again, including all of this. I'm sure this attempt at sabotage will destroy your show. Lila nods meekly and gingerly and takes her phone back. Marinette and Adrian stalk out, giggling to themselves. All attempts to break them up are over. They're free to be happy together.